Hey guys, so this is our first video on this channel, and this is our previous YouTube channel. You'll see the content will be very different.
Hey.
Thank you. Why, thank you.
Girl. Very cringe and very bad.
Too bad.
We have left that life behind us now, kind of.
We're still we're doing both at once. Today's video is mostly just an introduction to what we're going to be doing on the channel, like what we're going to be talking about and that sort of thing. So we're going to kind of catch you up on some of the basics that you need to know. And just by the way, we are not professionals by any means. We are just took a year of psychology and we loved it, so we just decided to study.
Shout out to Dr. Barnes.
Yes, please. He was
favorite teacher ever.
Yes, he's the best.
What is MBTI? So we're going to be focusing on the 16 personalities, which are the Myers-Briggs Type Indicator, and it was based on Carl Jung's theory of psychological type. And so then there are 8 letters in all.
Yep.
So it goes E or I, which is extroverted or introverted. That's where you get your energy from, and that's where you focus your attention.
Yep.
Then we have S and N, which is observing and intuitive, which is how you take in information. Then we have thinking and feeling, which is how you make decisions. And then we have judging and prospecting, which is a lifestyle choice.
Introverts get their energy, like recharge their battery by being alone, being away from other people and doing their own thing, which is what we do. We're both introverted. Extroverts, on the other hand, are the exact opposite. They get their fuel by being in social situations and being around a lot of people, socializing, talking to them, making friends and whatnot.
Disgusting.
We love introverts. That's how I lose energy.
Yeah, we love introverts, but we could never.
You mean extroverts? Nope. All right.
S stands for observing, which is like you're sort of grounded in facts and reality. You're not super I wouldn't say you're not creative, but you're more sort of based on reality. Like, it is what it is.
Those sensors.
We don't like the sensors because we are only intuitive, but
we'll give real life examples of what we mean later, which will help you guys understand what we're talking about.
And then we have the intuitives, which is what we based our channel after.
Only intuitives.
Yeah.
Because what we talk about is all intuitive. Like, intuitives basically come up with hypothetical situations for everything.
We overthink all the time.
Yep.
We're very creative thinkers, and we always have hypothetical situations, and we're very what if this happens, but that also brings about a lot of anxiety
and overthinking, stuff like that. Yeah. And sensors are why would you ever think about that?
Yeah, it's never gonna happen. Why would you think that? But it's hard for us not to do that.
Exactly, because that's just the way our brain works. Thinking and feeling, pretty self-explanatory, I would say. They're basically how you make decisions. So feeling is you make decisions based on either your own emotions or the emotion of others. So if someone is feeling bad about a situation, you're gonna want to talk to them first. Or if you're feeling bad about a situation, you're gonna consult yourself, I guess. Yeah. And it's basically the same way with thinking, except thinking. If someone doesn't think something is good, then you're gonna talk to them. Or if you don't think something is good, then you're gonna...
It's more based on logic and morality and ethics and stuff like that. And feeling is what do I feel is right? What does my heart tell me is right?
Which can lead to some problems.
Yeah, we'll get into that later with cognitive functions.
Yes, and cognitive functions are the backbone of the entire Myers-Briggs type indicator.
Yeah. The last one we have is J and P, which is judging and prospecting. These are sort of very stereotypical. We'll just say judging means you plan ahead, you think about the future. You're very goal oriented. You have planners and stuff like that, maybe a calendar, and then.
Yep. And then my Mac went on a screensaver, my bad.
We saw the ocean for a second. Then we have prospecting, which is the exact opposite. Which is they're known for being not very organized. They're very in the moment, sort of experience,
trial and error,
stuff like that.
Yeah. But
the main difference between them is judging. If there are a lot of decisions, they will narrow it down to 1 or 2, based on their past experiences and what they judge is to be the best option, and then they choose that one. But prospectors, they take all of their options and they do trial and error.
Jack's in the video. Oh, so cute. That's my dog, Jack. He's photobombing right now.
Prospecting is trial and error. They like to experience each activity, each like possible situation to see which one is the best. And then after they've tried all of them, then they choose the best one instead of judging beforehand.
Now that we've gotten all the technical terms out of the way regarding the MBTI, we're gonna now go into all of the 16 personalities and what their stereotypes are.
So we're gonna start from the top, which is we have the analysts, and these are the purple, and they are all thinkers and they are all intuitive. So that's the main categorized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to go outside? I'm not gonna go.
Okay.
You keep talking.
So basically, we have INTJ, which is me, and they are the architect. Then we have INTP, which is the logician. We have ENTJ, which is the commander. And then we have ENTP, which is the debater. INTJs are known for being analytical, very, very introverted, and they like to be by themselves and sort of like non-emotional because they're thinkers and they value logic over emotion. Then we have INTP, which is known for being like neckbeard Discord moderator.
Very gamer, dude.
Yeah, very gamer, very study all the time, or very like, they're sort of like the inventor, but they stay in their basement all day. They don't talk to anybody.
Only ideas.
These are just stereotypes. We're not saying that that's how they are, but sometimes there are stereotypes for a reason. Anyways, we have ENTJ, which is the extroverted version of the architect. These are known for being very commanding, very domineering, very bossy, and like very sort of ignorant of other people's emotions. And
they will basically not use people, but kind of use people to
as
get
like pawns to like do stuff. This is just stereotype.
They're like the CEO. Yeah.
Then we have the last one, which is ENTP, which is the debater. They're known as kind of like the wild card of the situation.
They always ask what if, and like they will like say if I love chocolate ice cream.
No, you don't.
Exactly. They contradict everything, and they love a good argument because it's good stimulation for their brain.
Yeah, that's why they're called the debater. They like to debate things, even if they don't really make sense.
And then next we have the diplomats, which are in green. This is the part I am part of. The first one, I guess, would be the INFJ, which is the advocate, which is me.
They're also the Jesus.
Yeah, they're stereotyped as the Jesus. They take others, like they're very people pleasing. They take others' opinions into consideration, like before their own, and they also like to plan ahead and that sort of thing. And they're very philosophical because they're I dominant.
Yeah, they're known for INTJ and INFJ. Both have very, very similar cognitive functions. So our cognitive functions, which we will explain later, we are very introverted intuitive, which means we use our intuition the most, which means we like to predict the future, and most of the time it's always right.
Yes, it's up. Listen to us. That's why we're making this channel, so y'all can listen to us.
Yeah.
Because no one listens to us in the real world, so maybe you listen to us on here.
And intuition means that we don't have to experience an event in order to like gain information.
We use the past as our like handbook, as our guide. Like if A, B, and C happened, then X, Y, and Z is gonna happen.
Yeah.
Next is the INFP, which are stereotyped to be very like cry.
They're very emotional.
They're very emotional. Poetry, very in the feels all the time because their dominant cognitive function is FI, which is like their own personal feelings. Which
imaginative.
They're very very imaginative, up in the clouds all the time. And then we have the ENFJ, which is the protagonist. They are kind of known to be personality shifters. Like they will adapt to whatever situation that they're in.
Yeah.
Like say if I am an extrovert and I am a thinker, they will appeal to that of me. Like they want to become friends with me. They're very extroverted. And
that's why they're stereotyped as being manipulative, and I think we know a couple of ENFJs.
We do. Yeah.
And they sort of shift, but we don't really think they're being manipulative on purpose. That's just their personality, because their cognitive function, maybe sometimes. That's another
story for another time.
Their cognitive function, their dominant one, is FE, which is extroverted feeling, which
feelings
means
of others.
They're very in tune with other people's feelings, so they try to sort of, because feelings change a lot, so they always shift according
They have to
that.
change to adapt to other people. And then the last one is the ENFP, which is the companion. We love ENFPs. They are the companion. They are stereotyped to be the ADHD of all personality types. They have all these big ideas because their dominant function is in E, which is intuitive extroverted. Like, they see things like, I wonder if that car would ever be able to fly.
Yeah.
I wonder if we're ever gonna go to Mars.
Yeah.
Like, all of these big ideas that are all these big ideas that are always circulating in their brain, which cause them to be very creative people.
Yeah.
And they can basically take up any job and be successful in it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yay.
So that's all the intuitives. We love those. We love the intuitives. And now we get to
the sensors.
the sensors. They're not that bad, but we
don't understand.
They're different.
them.
We don't understand.
Yeah.
Which can cause some rifts.
And also because, oh yeah, I saw this funny meme on Pinterest where it was like, the analysts get the most memes because they're the most intuitive, and then it's the diplomats who get the second most memes, and then it's the explorers, and then the sentinels get no memes
Because they're
all
not on
sensing.
there.
They're all sensing.
Yep.
And also it's because like I feel like INTJ and INFJs, they really get into this sort of stuff.
If you
because
go on
it's so
Pinterest and
fun.
search MBTI, you will
There's
find
so many memes. of
our
us.
personality types have the most memes
Yeah.
because we make the most, because we're invested the most in this sort of
But
thing.
if you see like ISTJ, they don't make memes because they're boring. Just kidding. They're fine. Moving on to the Sentinels, which are the blue people. First, we have ISTJ, which is the logistician, which we just mentioned earlier. They're very similar to INTJ, but they're different in the aspect that they're more grounded in reality. They're more in the
Follow rules.
facts, rule follower, that sort of stuff. Then we have ISFJ, and we know an ISFJ.
Yes, we do.
They're stereotyped for being the defender, and they're sort of like quiet, meek, sort of like caring. And
Caring.
so, like,
They're the nurse. I'll put a picture of the.
we have an uwu nurse right here.
Yes. And I'm gonna put a clip of the ISFJ that we know right here.
You can find all her videos on this other channel that we already mentioned.
Right up there.
Which is why we're saying these are all stereotypes, because everyone we know, they always break the stereotype in a bit with their personality.
Because they get comfortable around their friends.
Yeah.
And it's all cognitive functions. Like, we'll explain all this later, but it can affect the way people act in different situations.
Next, we have the ESTJ, which is the Karen, executive. They are very rule follower, or they follow the rules, but they also make them because they're extroverted. They're very much like the ENTJ commander, except they're more based on like facts and reality and stuff like that. But they're very good at organizing and like people.
They're like, this is the way we need to do it. This is the way it's always been done, so we're just gonna do it this way. Whereas the ENTJ is like, let's do it this new, intuitive way, and it'll work way better than the old way.
Yeah, ESTJ is very used to tradition and comfort and like this is the way it's always
the
been.
sensing
But
part.
then ENTJ is always about like efficiency and like if there's a new, better way, we will go with that way.
Yes.
Lastly, we have the ESFJ, which is the consul.
Yay.
And they're known for being like they're very similar to the ENFJ, except they're sensing. So they're very like people pleaser. They're sort
Also
of like
people manipulator type.
Yeah.
They can be, but they're not as much.
Jellyfish. But yeah, ESFJ are known for being very people pleaser, very sort of like, what does everybody feel about the situation? They're looking to take care of everyone and stuff like that.
And then we get to the explorers, which are the yellow people. I feel like they're the most creative out of all of them. Like they're like craftsy type thing. So first we have the ISTP, which is the virtuoso. Oh, also really quickly, all of these people are sensing and prospecting.
Yeah, and all the sentinels were sensing and judging, and then all of the diplomats were intuitive
and feeling.
Yeah.
It's a pattern thing. Like, if you look at all of them at once, you'll see the patterns.
Intuitives when they see a pattern.
Oh my gosh, yes. Yep, that's our intuitive kicking in. So ISTP, they're the virtuoso. They're stereotyped to be the I can do it myself. I'm gonna fix it. Fix it, Felix.
So not very in tune with their emotions.
Yeah,
They're sort of
thinking.
like, we don't care, I don't care, whatever sort of thing.
And then we have the ISFP, which is the adventurer. They are known to be the most artsy, very feely.
Yes.
Very feely.
Their dominant function is introverted feeling.
Very feely towards themselves, introverted feeling.
Yeah.
That's basically all there is to them.
That is all.
There's not much there.
Yeah.
Then we have the ESTP, which are the entrepreneur. Yep, the avatar is like
Sports guy.
sports guy, very big jock sports, a jack of all sports. They are very into society, culture, that sort of thing. Like they're involved.
Because they're
in
extroverted.
They're involved in everything, and
Very people.
They're very go with the flow as well. And then we have the ESFP, which is the entertainer. They are, how would we say it? They're very
Morocco lady.
They're the Morocco lady. They're very go with the flow. They're party. They like hanging out with a lot of people and making them laugh and stuff. Very people person.
Yeah.
And having fun all the time in the moment, going with the flow.
Very in tune with the five senses. Because that's their
very
dominant
observant
function.
and that sort of thing.
Okay, then we're gonna end on the note that will bring us to our next video, which is cognitive functions. These are how we take in knowledge, process it, and make decisions. And so there are always 4 main cognitive functions. So we have
For each personality type.
the dominant, the auxiliary, the tertiary, and the inferior. And so we will explain what each of those means in the next video.
So I guess that's it. And
Like and subscribe.
This was originally actually supposed to be a podcast, but we figured who the heck listens to YouTube podcasts. So
Well,
and plus we
are
love
gonna
editing
make a
videos so much better.
Yeah.
Because we're memes and all that stuff.
We are memes.
Yes. I'll put the link to our other channel in the description. So if you have the guts, you can go see it. I mean, like, it's gonna be terrible, but still. And, Bye,
Bye.
guys.